Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for waiting for me. Hey, Big Dread. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for coming on to my stream. If you don't mind, I'm gonna keep calling you Krusty. It's my special little name for you. Hey, Craig. Hello, buddy. Welcome to. Thank you for joining us. So, how are you guys doing? Hi, Jody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, everybody. As you can see today, we're having a look at my little cold waterish tank. Well, it's not really cold to say, but it's not warm neither. It's both on the border for the cold water fish and the warm water fish. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, everybody. It's nice to see everybody coming in. I hope you all had a lovely day. How are things going in Australia, Craig? Hello, Sarah. So, I hope everybody had a lovely day today, or is having a lovely day. We're looking at my little 10-gallon tank with white cloud mountain minnows, some orange sakura shrimp, and there's two autocinclus in there. That's true, Jody. For any of us, that's the perfect way how to spend our free time, to get doing maintenance or just enjoying our fish. That's the most fun part of our hobby. Yeah, that's true. You can always give me a like. It's always, that little click is always much appreciated. It does a lot for my little channel. So I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Are we gonna have a talk about the fish, or do you guys want to talk about just about anything? Which we always end up to do, but still. This week I did some major cleaning in my big tanks. I cleaned all the big filters out of my 120-gallon tank. So that's a big canister filter, one big internal filter, and a second internal filter. So yeah, the 120 has three big ass filters on it. And yesterday I did everything on my 90 gallon. That one only has two filters. So the internal one that comes from Joule, and then a second external one that I bought from Aqual. The only thing I will need to do is clean out my trim the foxtails. They've grown massively again. That's about every 2 to 3 weeks that I need to cut those down. And to say it all started with one free string that I got from a dude when I went to pick up my CPDs. Oh, that's cool. Fishfam Link is working also. And now that we're busy, let's, as I like to call it, let's put some people up to work. That means add as a moderator. Blah. There we go. Here we go. And one for you too, Krusty. There we go. So Sarah, Jody, and Krusty, I give you guys also a moderator wrench like that if you want to check out the channels of other people on here. Feel free to do so. It always help. It's always nice to help each other out, you know. That's how I discovered you guys too. Oh, you're very, very welcome, Jody. No problem. The little stick that you guys can see on the bottom of the tank there, that's one of those lollipops for the shrimp. I gave one yesterday, so after the live I'm gonna collect them all to take them out of the tanks again. And if you guys can see it, there's in the middle of the stick on the bottom, there's a little autosynclus chilling out. I was wondering where my snakehead was, because I'm looking straight at his tank, but all of a sudden he came up. Yeah, you're gonna do the tick tick? Yeah, tick tick is not really my thing, Craig. It's also because it's another system, like when people don't know you on chats there, they immediately tend to kick you out and stuff. I tried it once before YouTubing, but I tried it out once and it wasn't really my thing. Also, I'm very careful with TickTick because there two of my exes are on there, so yeah. Oh, it did? That's nice to hear, Craig. I'm happy that you find your thing with it. TickTick is just the way how you pronounce TikTok. Yeah, you need to figure out a way how to comment up through your TV. Well, sometimes you can actually, if you can have YouTube on your TV, you can go in the comment section of videos, but I'm not sure for lives. I think it would work. Or are you just like me, Sarah? Like you're talking at the TV. Like I shout when there's a football game on and stuff. I shout at the TV. Or when it's the news, I reply to them. Yeah, tick tick. It's for those young people like Craig, all those youngsters. Craig, Rob, hashtag Biddy Rib. Craig, you need to land Biddy Rib on TikTok too. He shall be known as Biddy Rib. I do exactly the same thing as you, Sarah. When Kim is asleep and I'm following a chat, I do exactly the same thing. I put it on TV, put the TV on side, on well, that I can hear it. TV, my phone on silent, and I answer with my phone in the chat. You see, great minds do think alike. Yeah, I have that too. I also have a TV that can go onto YouTube and whatnot. Yeah, now that I think about it, uh, I also have a Facebook, but I hardly use it. And sometimes I use WhatsApp because other people use WhatsApp. So, but the only kind of real social media that I do these days is YouTube also, because I'm a lot of on YouTube watching like documentaries and stuff. I also like painting tutorials, for an example, artistic painting that is, or yeah, drawing stuff, art, history. YouTube has a lot more to offer than only like live streams or something like that, and that's why I always liked it. Or like when I play music during the day and I'm not watching TV or something, I just play YouTube playlists. Like I put in a genre of music that I really like, and then I do like a playlist or mix or something. Yeah, me too, honestly, Sarah. I'm also happy that I'm not the only one that does that trick. I bet there's thousands of us. Just like, okay, if I don't find it, we're gonna do it this way. Here we go. So, does any of you people is any of you expected new fish, new aquariums, food? Good old Mark. Now that's nice to see you, buddy. Welcome, join us, my friends from the land down under. Yeah, you got a 6-footer bow front. That's really cool. My 120 is also a bow front, Craig. But in the end, I start to dislike it because it distorts the shape of Gilbert. It's annoying. The only fun thing about a bow front is that it gives you a little bit of extra because of the bow. Like you have a little bit more water into it. Jody says her 136 is showing up. Ooh, that's a nice prize to win on a raffle. Congratulations, Jody. So did they all show up in good health? Oh, and you're supposed to pick up the fish today, Craig. What are you gonna put into that one? Oh, the fishies are arriving, Jody. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice upgrade, Sarah. Yeah, you in the States you guys can really do some good deals on tanks. It's incredible. Here in Europe they tend to be more expensive, especially the big ones. But every now and then you can get lucky. Hello, Christine. Happy to see you. I hope you're doing good. Ah, there he is. Welcome, Mr. Biggie Reed. I was just saying to Craig before Reed that that Craig needs to launch your name Biddy Rib on the TikTok. Every time that I see Christine's Christmas tree, I'm really impressed. Yesterday I saw it in the live, and I was like, oh my god, that's really a nice tree. Like each time that I see it, like wow. How many plecos did you win, Jody? Oh, you're welcome, Christine. It is really a nice tree, so it has to be said, you know. Craigie. I like to call him Craigie too. Craigie, it's Craigie. Sarah going, yeah, my tree this year. Wait a second. I didn't put it up. Ooh, four plus four more. Oh wow. That's a little bunch you've got there. Eight plecos. Are you planning to breed them then? Yeah, I can imagine Sarah right now looking back at her tree and going, damn it, I knew I forgot something. Oh, you're having a TikTok race. So that's your goal to breed them. Yeah, it will take up a year. Got some L411s from the same place. They are beautiful. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, breeding plecos can sometimes take quite a while. Well, and you know, Jody, if you have any question, Craig is your man. That's cool, Sarah. Make a short out of it so we can actually see you did not forget the treat this year. Yeah, same here, by the way. If I the usual thing that I do then is a quick Google search. If I'm not sure what L number it is, I just Google it. L the number Pleco, and I watch and oh yeah, that one. No, that's not an assassin snail. That's um a Malaysian trumpet snail. If you see on the bottom, it's filled with them. I use them in about every tank I have. They're my little cheap, free, and efficient cleanup crew. Thank you, Fish Fan. Exactly that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and or like button. It's always much appreciated. A little click for you does a lot for me. Well, I'm happy for you guys, Greg and Rob, that you're having so much fun with the tick tick. It's nice. And thank you, Rob, for your kind message there. Hello, Tree G. Nice to see you, man. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I was saying earlier that yesterday and the day before yesterday, I gave my two biggest tanks a real good clean out. All the filters got cleaned out. Big water change. First the 120, then yesterday I did my 90 gallon. That's 350 liters. Sounds like Craig had one of the armchair experts on his on his hands there. Yeah, you always have those guys, Craig. The other day when Kim was streaming, you only had like a weird view of my Oscars tank. and it does look like it, in that angle, like it is very greenish water. And some dude was saying that it was animal abuse, but Rob kicked him out, for which I thank you, Rob. Yeah, what kinds of angels are you talking about there? In Dutch, we call angels moonfish, manvis. Ooh, Christine is getting scientifically there. That makes me think of Alex. That's one of the tests Alex would do. And then we would have a 3 hour video of Alex explaining us why it is, why it is. Yeah, that's true, Mark. That's true. Trolls are fun indeed. I usually also have the know-it-alls telling me that my plastic plant tank should have real plants in it, but they don't realize that there's five big ass Buenos Aires tetras in there, so I'm not giving them the chance to chew up all my money, you know. And ever since that wild little strain of moss started growing on one of those plants, it's getting pretty big, the moss patch. So I'm letting it in. Well, that's why we call him the fish bird. But I must say I've learned a lot from Rob and Craig and all of you guys in a short while. For me, it's been also a sort of reassurance that I've got you guys now, instead of like being all alone in the hobby, you know, and having to figure it out by yourself. Now you can always, I can always check extra or just ask directly and know that I've got the good information, you know. Especially that I got reliable information. Hello, Prodigal. Welcome to our merry little bunch. It's nice to see you here. How are you doing? And thank you for the nice comment. Yeah, they're nice and happy, those guys. They're a little bit overfed, so they're all fat and happy, you know. So currently they're actually on a diet. So Craig is gonna keep a few blacks and a few kois of silver. Ooh, that's cool. That's gonna be a nice little mix. Yeah, that's her, Christine. I've had that luck once too because I got in some new shrimp. Two of them were sick, and luckily Rob and Craig were there, and I could ask him immediately. Hello, aquarium animals. Oh, that's Alan. Hi, Alan. Like I said before, it's nice to see you all. Thank you very much, guys, for all your support. It really means a lot to me. Oh, Christine, before I forget, otherwise you need to check out with Rob if you can ask him for his Facebook or something. If you would have another issue or questions like that, you can reach him more easily. Rob, if there's anything that you want to share where we can reach you easily in case of fishy questions. Otherwise, you need a TickTick account. Good afternoon, Branson. Nice to see you, man. Welcome to the Merry Bunch. Oh, is it, man? How much hours do you still have to go? Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Because all of the all the new technology inside of there, also the safety measures that cars need to stand. Oh my God, yeah, it's a big change as what cars used to be back in the day. That's also one of the reasons cars are always getting bigger. Oh, 2 hours left. Well, go to the after the stream. You go to the toilet for 45 minutes or something. Rob, he's at 3:45, man. 3:45. Yeah, I had a colleague that used to do that, and we were always making fun of that, because after a while it got obvious and he got kicked out. But still, yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true, Mark. There you have a big point. That's true. And also consumption wise, man, you can say whatever you want, but these modern little engines that we use now in Europe, they're way more efficient. Like for an example, in my car, we only have a three-cylinder, 900 cc's, and it punches out 100 horsepower. Come on. Like back in the day, that was impossible to have those numbers. And also, one of the biggest things is cars are way safer these days. If you crash, well, at least, you have a way higher survival rate than what it used to be. Is your car still in the shop, Craig? Damn. Yeah, this Brandon. Thank you. I said it before. They're those chunky little guys really need. They're on a diet right now, actually, as it is. But yeah, I've got fat little white clouds. Yeah, that's true, Brandon. Exactly that. As safer and more technology wise they will get, the more pain in the ass that they will become to repair. Because there's like 10,000 other little stuff on it that's not really necessary, but that makes the car, you know? Back in the day, you just didn't have it in your car, it didn't exist. That's why I love my old timers. And that's why I love our car too. We only have a very simple Dacia, but I'm really happy with it because these days it's the most simple car that you can have, and I like that. I don't like unnecessary little fiddlements like little lights and screens everywhere, and I don't know what. That's only more shit that can break, you know? Yeah, wasn't the place where you had your car repaired very far from your house, Craig? That you needed to go? Oh, a new gearbox. Poof. Yeah, it is Christine. 2025 Subaru. Poof. Yeah, if you see the prices of cars, they've become about 3 to 4 times as expensive as what they used to be when I was a kid. And I can imagine when you guys even were kids. Same, and it's the same prices here as you guys in the States. It's really crazy. That's also one of the reasons that we have a very simple little car, you know? We don't need it big. And especially in a little country like ours, we don't do a lot of distances. We do a lot of very short distances all the time. But the problem here in Europe is old cars is what I used to go to, but now due to the emissions standards that are very sharp, um, yeah, if you get an older car, you can drive it for 2, 3 years maximum, and you need to you need to sell it again, and then you're gonna sell it with a huge loss because it's only good for export. Well, that's a very pretty coffin that you chose out, Christine. I'll take the Saturn. Yeah, you know what it said, Craig? They're always bad losers because when you pass them, they always turn on their lights. You know, that's being a bad loser. 395. It's like bingo. 395, Craig. I got 395. You do, Mark. What kind of Honda do you have? Oh, Volkswagen Golf 2, the GDI. Yeah, that's a legendary car, Rob. Back in the day, in those days, the police here, the yeah, how do you have to call it? Like detectives and stuff, you know, like higher up police. They used to drive those little GTIs back in the day. Oh, it's an HRV that you have. Yeah, Hondas are really reliable. You see, now that's a good buy you did there, Christine. 20 years old, over 100,000 miles, drives like brand new, and it no, that's a good car. Let's see, Bratton has a 2020 Tiguan. Ooh, yeah, I can imagine that. That's a pretty sweet car, man. That's quite classy. Run, Forest, run. That's me and Craig without our driving licenses. Both of our little legs. Hopla. Christine is even hitting deer with her car like, here you go. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it is. What is it? Hitting deer, kangaroos. For us, it's cows. Rob going, yes, sirree. That's one with a walker. Yeah, but I can imagine that you really need to be careful in some areas, Greg. Like Christine with deer, you with kangaroos. Luckily, here in Belgium, we don't have that so happening often. You can have a deer or something, but it's rather, uh, yeah, uncommon. Or cows, for an example, that got loose out of a field, or horses. Hi, Will. Nice to see you, buddy. I'm happy to see you. How have you been doing? It is, Rob. If you hit the vicar, that's the one you want to hit. It's him! It's him! Get him! Happy to hear that, Will. You're welcome, Branton. You know the trick. You know the thing behind it, like that. You can click on any name that you would like to check out other people's their channel. Yeah, I bet that it can do some kind of damage. But it's like you, Christine, with the deer and stuff. You know, if you get a heavy animal that smashes in your car, like if you hit it at a certain speed, it's really dangerous. I can already see you sitting next to that kangaroo, Rob. The people at the zoo shouting at you, please leave the kangaroos alone, sir. It is, they're big. If I'm not mistaken, they can get up to about 6 foot, 180 centimeters, 1 meter 80. That's bigger, taller than me and Craig. Holy, yeah. See, 6, 7 foot. Yeah, I don't mess with that. That's a big rabbit. Welcome at Looking at Fat Fish with Joff. Thank you very much, Sarah. Most of it comes from Crocodile Dundee. Craig facing off a kangaroo. Now that must be a sight to see. Yeah, they actually do, Christine. I've seen that in documentaries. Did you know, Christine, that kangaroos in close or in water will try to drown your ass? Apparently, they developed that because of dingoes. I can already see Greg driving away, riding away, being chased by an angry kangaroo. Damn, man. You're lucky that it didn't like bump into you and give you like you know like a scuffle that you see what I mean. Your bike is gonna detract from under you. Imagine that, Christine. You hit that damn kangaroo, you get out, and the kangaroo is like giving you a 1-2, like straight in the jaw. Pop up. Only in Australia you can come home and say to your wife, I got beaten up by a kangaroo today. Yeah, I know they drown dogs. It's crazy. They drown your ass. Like, what the hell? It's really a big ass bunny on steroids from hell. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Exactly that. It's people that don't have their probably their dog on a leash. Dog is gonna get you know, gonna get overly excited. Yeah, like any animal would do. But still, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I blame Skippy. We all think that Skippy was also nice, you know. Just a second, guys. I'm gonna plug in my cell phone so the stream doesn't die all of a sudden. Here we go. It is emus are also dangerous. Anything in Australia basically is out to get you. There's a few exceptions, but not many. Emus are big chickens, really big. When I was a kid, in my village, there was a dude that kept emus and wallabies. I can already see that. Great. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, man. That's a cool thing with the guinea pigs. But yeah, you probably have one of those betas with character, you know. If he sees anything in front of his tank, he's gonna start showing off. Yeah, Jody, it is regular chicken. It will be. We also have that here, you know. At least it's manageable, you know. Yeah, it is. Any rodent can bite pretty hard, man. If it's a rabbit, a hamster, a guinea pig, whatsoever, rodents can bite pretty hard. Mice, rats. It is Mark the Great Emu War. Well, Craig, those Chinese people were probably right. If I would see that man, I would die laughing. Sorry, but I've always have that. If I see somebody like in some kind of situation, I just start laughing. I don't know why, but I can't do anything about it. It's like I can't hold myself. I just start laughing like a madman. Oh, you see, Daniel? Yeah, you need to start the pigs off as babies, and you can hand them on all day. And Jimmy is a red copper koi. Yeah, it sounds like Jimmy the Betta fish has quite a little character there. But that's funny. They're really personable. I really like bettas for that. Yeah, and I will always wondered that because I always like guinea pigs, but I've never kept one. I used to have hamsters as a kid. It is probably without realizing it. Craig is known as the guy that gets attacked by the emu. Emu man, emu man. I know you. I know you. You guys call that bush chooks? A chook. Bush chooks. That's awesome. And the bin chicken, is that an ibis? I didn't know you guys had ibis. Have a good day too, Jody, and thank you very much for joining us, for having joined us. It was very much, it was fun to see you. See you next time. That's true, Christine. It is a big life. It is. Yeah, because you guys in the US, you still have also wildlife, but it's even up a notch like I think if you live in Australia. And here in Europe, you have jack shit. Well, Western Europe at least. In the eastern parts, there you have a lot of wildlife. But here, uh-uh. Yeah, you're right, Prodigal. I'm in Belgium, Christine is in the USA. We have Craig from Australia. We have Mark from Australia. Sarah is also from Australia. And then we have Rob, if he's still here. He's from England. Oh, and you're from the UK too. That's cool. Will is still here too. He's also from the UK. What country in the UK are you from, Prodigal? Hello, Daniel. Ooh, that's really nice of you. So, well, I can't say you're not wrong, Craig. There's a lot of old geezers, especially in the fish keeping scene. Oh, you live in Southwest London. Cool. But born and raised in Ohio. You're waiting on Posty? Oh, yeah. So, Prodigal, what do you think about living in England versus living in the US? Do you like it a little bit, the difference? Like cultural wise and stuff? See, ginger ale, that's now a thing that I really don't like. Mustard, if it's decent mustard, like Dijon or something, yes. Not that stuff that you guys in America call mustard. We call that mustard for kids. Really, I'm not joking. That's like, yeah. It tastes a little bit like mustard, but it doesn't have the kick. Oh, you guys make local ginger beer? We make local regular beer. No ginger in it, just beer. Sagsby's. Is that a brand of ginger ale? Ginger beer? Sorry. Is ginger ale the same as ginger beer? Thank you for all that explanation, Daniel. Yellow mustard is gross, yeah. Real American slathering mayo. Vernon's is ginger ale originally made in Michigan here in the US. Yeah, me neither, Craig. Does anybody of us know if ginger ale is the same as ginger beer? Mark, you usually know stuff like that. Where are you, good old Mark? Hello, one of we the people. Yes, those are indeed fat white clouds. Exactly spot on, man. Yeah, yeah, I've explained a few times now, but yes, and they're actually on a diet right now. Those are fat white clouds that are on a diet. But yeah, those are fat clouds. Welcome, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you were, yeah, making sure you beat Craig. Oh, so ginger ale and ginger beer is different. Thank you. I've always wondered about that. Your white clouds are tiny compared to mine. Yeah, but mine are about 2.5 now. So yeah, they wouldn't live a lot longer. Half a year maximum, I think. So they're big old adults. Well, you'll see in give it about 6 months to a year, your white clouds will also be pretty beefy. For Scarlet Batis, that's a fish I always wanted to try out. Is Scarlet Batis. What do you feed your Scarlet Batis, Daniel? I know, Rob. Thank you very much for noticing that. My poor white clouds get the fat shaving tonight. But again, they are on a diet. But those little buggers here, they found a trick that if I feed my shrimp, they also go for the shrimp food. So yeah, that's why they're going on a severe diet now. But for an example, there's two autosynclus in it, and when I feed the autos together with them, they also go for the autosynclus food. Thanks, man. Thanks, people. Big is indeed beautiful. Yeah, I feed my fish well too, but these guys are getting a little bit over it. There are limits, like the one there on bottom of the screen. Thanks, prodigal. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I think like, wouldn't one maybe be holding eggs, but then they're just fat. So you give your bads frozen foods. 15-gallon that has red cherry shrimp. That has crazy food while going. That sees the other tanks with microphone. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. Oh, are they that small, man? I thought it would be a little bit bigger. That's for an example one of the fish that you hardly see in local shops here. Never seen one in a shop, just on the interwebs. Yeah, white clouds are indeed pretty chilled out tank mates. They mostly leave any other fish alone. They don't even mine don't even go for the shrimp. They just live in their own little bubble, you know. Yeah, I didn't know that they were really that small. I imagined them being a little bit bigger. But that's interesting. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. Well, I do know from about is that it's a micro predator, so yeah, they will definitely go for your shrimp fry. Same thing with my killifish, by the way. The trio that I have, the that's a male and two females. They hunt my skittles in my skittles tank, but they keep the population down, so that's good. Oh, the black one is quite a bit bigger than the scarlet. That's interesting to know. Thanks, Will. Have you also already kept a Badis, Will? It's always been a fish that I wanted to try out, but I've never, yeah, finally went for it, you know? But it's definitely on my bucket list or to-do list. You move some over to a 16 liter. Yeah, that's pretty cool that they can be kept in such quite little, in such little tanks too. That's nice. Oh, shrimp in the 16. Okay. What kind of shrimp is it that you keep in there? Yeah, I see, Daniel. Yeah, so 10-gallon will go, but 15 is even a little bit better. Oh, blue Neocaridinus. I got those in the living room too. I got blue dreams in there. Just a second, guys. I've got a pump here that's starting to make a weird sound, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna turn it off. Let's see. Here we go. That's better. It's always the same pump that starts to rattle after a few days. I'm gonna pry it open and see if it's dirty or something that in between of it or something. That gives me something to do. It's so weird. I've got exactly another one from Aquile. It's exactly the same one, and that one works without a hitch. How have your blue Neos been doing? Do they spawn any color morphs or clear Neos? Mine do, Daniel. Very rarely, but now for the first time I had a pretty clear one that came out with just like a little bit of blue black specks on his back, and that was it. Oh, you had to color a few browns and clears, yeah. In cherries, you will have those quickly. I have the same thing. I have clears, sometimes a little brown one. Like, and also from my blue Neos, I've got this weird, two weird ones that were black with reddish on their back. Yeah, then really you have to have a good line there, Will, because if you don't have many like that are not really good. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with my blue ones too. I must say it's pretty rare that I have some color morph that isn't correct. Welcome back, BD. Nice to see you. Oh, you got a real range of blues. Some stripy, some almost black, yeah. You really want to try them out, but if you get another tank, your wife won't let you sleep indoors. Well, isn't this a case of uh, better ask for forgiveness than ask for permission? Oh, welcome, Rob from Greenland. It doesn't help your case to say that you're from Greenland when you got GB in your name for Great Britain. Oh yeah, you see, yeah, it shows blue. They were the strongest line, yeah. Yeah, for I think for my Caradinas that it's about the same thing. My blue ones throw off the least, and the red ones throw off the most non-compliant babies. And then my yellow ones, those are also a pretty solid line. No, it isn't, Daniel. It isn't. Legend says, but I don't know if it's actually true, that Vikings used to spread the word around that Greenland was green to attract settlers to come towards there, and that they actually called Iceland Iceland because it was green and nice to live there and to keep settlers away. But I don't know if that's historically true. But that's what I've heard multiple times. Hello, Aaron. Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome to the Merry Bunch. Yeah, Marcus has learned by his past mistakes there. No, well, these are orange sakura. That's the tank with the orange shrimp. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Thanks, Humber. How about you, man? Everything okay there? Yeah, those are Neocardinas too. Yeah, well, yeah, those are Sakura orange. I've got about 11 tanks in total, but one is a turtle tank. So yeah, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, 11. So I've got 10 real aquariums and one is a turtle tank. It is, Rob. French mustard is really good. It's the best you can have, man. You like Stella Artois? I like Jupiler better, or Mas. Okay, Daniel. Well, have a safe drive, man. And thank you very much for hanging out with us. It was nice meeting you. And maybe, who knows, see you next time. Wife beating juice. I love that name. My favorite tank. Let's see. That's a tough question. It sometimes depends also a little bit, you know. Uh, but then maybe my show tank, let's say. Yeah, that must be my show tank then. If I have to pick like an all time favorite at this moment, it would be my show tank in the living room. So politically incorrect, but yes, that's why I love that name, wife beating juice. Okay, that's cool, Daniel. Thank you, buddy, and have a good drive, man. Have a safe ride. Oh, Humber goes for Guinness. Oh my goodness, my Guinness. That one, my little show tank, is the one that I've got in my living room, and that's the one with the real red plants and stuff. And that one has about 15 Ember Tetras in it, and the blue Neocardinas. And my cichlid tank, that's the one next to it in the living room, and that one has an Oscar in it. I'm not much of a drinker of it, but I know that the Irish are known for their whiskey too. Hey Jeff, nice to see you, buddy. How are you doing? So yeah, how about Irish whiskey, Rob? Because I know that they're known for that too. And I know there's a big debate between Irish whiskies and Scottish whiskies, but since I'm not a whiskey connoisseur nor drinker, so Hi, Stan. Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome to the Merry Bunch. So, everybody in the chat, don't forget to leave me a like if you want. It's greatly appreciated. A little click for you means a lot to me. And if you haven't yet, who knows? Subscribe to the channel. Today we're looking at fat white clouds. I hope everybody is having a nice day, or afternoon, or morning, depends wherever you are. By the way, Craig, I forgot to ask you about your car. Didn't those guys tell you like uh, when everything would be done? And did you get a replacement car? Oh, no problem, Rob. I got you, buddy. I was doing water changes yesterday when Kim was on. Okay, drive safely, Stan. Thank you very much, you guys, for all your support. I really appreciate that. Without you guys, I wouldn't have done it. Neo, that's indeed a fat auto, Will. That's a fat auto Synclas that you see there in the middle, on top. Yeah, all my fish seem to be well fed. Yeah, there's two auto Synclas in there. There should be three, but lately I can only always count two, so I know that there's at least two in them. Yeah, that's a normal one, not a giant one, just a regular one. It's probably due to the depth of the tank, you know, because the auto was sitting on the glass. It looked bigger than the white clouds in the back. Yeah, it is prodigal. If they have a plump little belly, you're pretty sure that they're eating quite well, because apparently it only takes 2 to 3 days before they if they don't eat, that they really stop eating all in all. So I always make sure that they're well fed. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, it does look. Yeah, every day I do my little runs, you know, checking if every fish is doing okay, if I don't see any disease, sick ones, if everybody if I don't see any emaciated ones or something. Hello, Craig Parrish. Welcome to the chat, buddy. I bet I should have retitled the stream into looking at fat white clouds. Oh, have a nice meal then. Have a nice breakfast, Craig. And thank you very much for your support and being here. Yeah, it is. People don't. I think that I've got more. People that just scroll by, say hi for a moment. But we had some people here in the chat that are already gone by now. They had to go on with their day. How is your fish room going, Jeff King? I've seen your updates on it. It's starting to look really good, man. I really love how you make everything like really precise and by size. You can really see that you put time and work into it. Well, let's see what we've got here. Hello, Mr. Ron. How are you doing, bud? How the hell is it possible that you still didn't have a wrench? Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna wrench you all, okay? Like that. If you guys want to go to another channel to support somebody else, you just click on the name and you're right there. Blah. I'm doing good, buddy. Thanks for asking. Everything okay here? Same old, same old. You know how it goes. So, Jeff said it's going a little bit slower. Well, yeah, I can imagine that, man. You know, the good thing about it is work will always wait on you. It will always wait for you. It will be right there in the morning. Thanks a lot, Ron. I appreciate that, man. And yes, those are fat white clouds who are on a diet. Hello, Mickey. Nice to see you, man. How are you doing, bud? Hello, Chang Sung. You got a 2-liter tank with only ghost shrimp and one snail. That's pretty cool. That's nice, man. And 2-liter is quite a hassle to keep that balanced, so you're probably doing a pretty good job at fish keeping. Thank you very much, Shang. Those are orange sakura shrimp. The price of white clouds, it's around here for me. It's around euro 10 cents, euro 20 cents. Depends on how big and where you are. and like how big the fish are, but around €1 10 cents. They're one of the cheapest ones I can have here. You got five white cloud babies. That's really cool. Yeah, you're gonna see they, yeah, since they don't live that long, they will get pretty big in a couple of months. But I haven't had any fry of these yet, unfortunately. But I'm a passive breeder, so I just let them live their merry little life. If they want to breed, they breed. If they don't, they don't. Yeah, they did miss a couple of funny things here earlier. That's true, Christine. Oh man, in a pet shop in the 70s in the States for 39 cents, man. Yeah. Well, compared to other stuff, then uh, White Claws haven't got so much inflated then. Like in comparison to other stuff, food or cars or houses. I'm in Belgium, Craig. Yeah, I get you, Mickey. If they survive, they survive. Yeah. I've also had that with Corys in my Tetra tank. There are Corys in that one, and some of them are born in there. No, it is exactly. White clouds haven't gone up as much. Well, luckily for that too, because it's a really fun little staple fish. Cold water. No problem, Craig. Sometimes in my accent you will hear that I'm not American, or I'll make mistakes, or bad translations or pronunciations. So, what do you guys tend to keep from fish? The ones that you can move easily. Well, that's a bitch here for me, man. Like local fish stores won't take any fish. Like they won't even give you shop credit, nothing. The only thing that they take is if you give them up for free, and then they can sell them, and make money out of you. That's friendly. So nope. And then we got a European law that says that you can't sell animals anymore over the interwebs. So we've got only one website that allows it to say so, and it's also like very few people on there. So and usually I throw my fish on the second hand side then, but it doesn't have much response. That's also one of the things that keep me from breeding fish. Next to all the extra tanks and equipment that I would need, just the fact that I can't move them afterwards. I would be stuck with baby with fries. I've had that before, by the way, happening. Those were my bronze Corydorus and my swordtails. I couldn't move those for nothing. Nobody wanted them. So yeah, Ooh, thinking of getting a group of angels. I've never kept angelfish, but it must be fun. Like behavior wise, when they start breeding, you have a lot of different variations in them. It's really interesting for the youngsters here. Yeah, you do remember that when they had metal frames? Yeah, you've been in the hobby for quite a while then, man. The best on the market was the Vortex Diatom. Heaters were made by Long Life. Yeah, yeah, we have the same problem here. The local little mom and pop stores are really dying out very quickly. And yeah, even the local, even the mom and pop stores sometimes, they're like um, not well maintained. That bad little local fish store from back in the day. Remember those? Well, we've got a lot of those. If it's a mom and pop store, it's usually not very good or whatsoever. More empty tanks and sick fish than anything else. And then from the other side, you got the big box stores, but they don't sell any fish anymore here. So the only thing, there are only like a couple of, let's say, they started out as a family store, but they're growing into a bigger business. You see what I mean? And those guys, they usually have the things that you need. But if I'm really looking for specials or specific kinds of fish, I'm almost bound to special order them or having to find them on the internet. Mark, heaters these days are made by short life. Yeah, Rob. You've got some skid mark there. Yeah, the other day I was in one of those old little bad fish stores, and I was like, oh my god, this is like going back 25, 30 years in time. And because I was hanging around for such a long time, the typical like little fish store where almost nobody goes for the entire day. So they actually always start to like follow you in a way, like they start to do something near you just to keep an eye on you. You see what I mean? Like they don't trust it. Like what is this young guy doing for such a long time looking at our fish? Because I wanted to make a short for you guys to show you really how bad sometimes fish stores really are here, and but I didn't have no opportunity because the dude was keeping an eye on me, and yeah, and one store like that was also here in town, but that one closed down after it burned down. So yeah, you can imagine. It is Rob. Christine's Christmas tree is really awesome. It's like especially in her living room, it makes me think of a movie or like those Christmas commercials that you see and stuff. Do you guys still have like those old little bad fish stores near you, where like you always have the five same kinds of fish and they're always sick? Like last time that I was in that store, that was I remember I wanted to film you guys to show you guys how full of ick that they were, but like really full and emaciated, you know. Ah, and there were like out of the 30 tanks they had, maybe 10, 12 were filled and the rest was empty. Because back in the day, we only had those kinds of stores, but I really quickly realized that whatever they were telling me was usually bullshit or stuff that they thought themselves but was not correct, you know? So I quite quickly learned that whatever they told me to take it with a pinch of salt or to double check it. Yeah, that's true, Mark. For every good one, there's a dozen bad ones. It is, it is, it is. Can you hear it, Rob? Your last one closed 18 months ago, but picked up 3 tanks, 10 heaters, and 10 sponge filters. Cheap. Yeah, that's a good thing. I've heard that multiple times that when shops close down, that people can get some really sweet deals, especially on racks and stuff too. You know, and you got two independent shops. One is so neglected, it's sad. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I get you, prodigal. That's exactly what I have to. Like one is really neglected, and yeah, it's a sad little story. You see that it's only like a tenth from what it used to be, and then the other one is a quite like a spendy place, like quite hip, trendy. But that's where I usually go because they have good stuff, um also healthy fish. So yeah, 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 exactly. The small little stores is what attracted us or getting into the hobby when we were youngsters. Or like those were the ones, yeah, all we had was that kind here. So yeah, it's what got us started into our hobby. Unfortunately, you couldn't always trust them. Oh yeah, big shops here won't sell you anything without getting address, phone number, email. We've got some very specific privacy laws these days here in Belgium. So it's always an option to that they ask you that, and only like in the south of my country, like in the French speaking part, they have different regulations. So there you're obliged to give all that information if you buy tropical fish. But I don't see what sense it makes in a country like Belgium, because one, if you like, if you release any tropical fish in our cold waters here, it was gonna die. And secondly, it's not like the fish is chipped. For an example, I bought my Oscar there, yeah. But if I release my Oscar and some miraculous way it would survive, maybe, yeah. How the hell would they know that it's my Oscar? Because in the part of the country where I live, we can freely like sell them and buy them. You know, who's gonna know that one is yours? I knew it. Yeah, it's not the French. It's Wallonie, Wallonia. It's the south of my country. Like I live in Flanders, so that's a part where we mostly speak Flemish, and down south it's the French speaking part. But yeah, it's a crazy law. I've been thinking about it ever since that I bought my fish. Like, what purpose does it have that you guys have my name? I can freely trade this fish. Like for the same thing, I could have sold it a long time ago to somebody that's not in the system. You know, like really. And also, it's a kind of fish that would never survive here. You know what? Yeah, Belgian logics. We're known for that, aren't we, guys? Ooh, you're planning to do an expansion even, and open be even be open to the public by appointment. Wow, that's a great plan, Jeff. You got some big plans there. That's cool. Yeah, and especially you, man. Everybody knows your name and stuff, so I'm quite sure you're gonna be successful with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's typically something for you, Mark. Well, in that part here, you see, we can buy and sell any fish we want, but like where the Battle of the Bulge was, like Charleroi and I don't know what. Yeah. Oh, guys, it has happened. Sarah put up her Christmas tree. Congratulations. How does it make you feel now that you're one of the normal gang? Yeah, you're right, Jeff. Stuff like that is takes time. You need to work everything out. Next to that, you need to have a solid business plan. So yeah, take your time with it. It's Rome wasn't built in a day neither, and especially with your plans, it's better to take your time than doing it rushed, or half baked, and then end up with the consequences of it. Yeah. You'll need to make a short about your Christmas tree, Sarah, to prove to us that you actually have a tree now. My ex-wife wasn't so bright. And one year she said to me, "Hey, we haven't put up the Christmas tree yet." And I said to her, "Well, no, you know that I'm Jewish, as a joke that I don't celebrate Christmas." And she went, "Really?" And we were married for a year and a half at that point. She thought legit that I was Jewish, but never told her. My God, how stupid can you be? Yeah, that's true, Mark. There's normal, and fish keeping normal. Oh, awesome, Sarah. You see, guys, she's actually putting proof. There's a goddamn tree now. You only put your tree up on your birthday. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. That's it. Yeah. If it's finished and stable in 10 years, you can breed and sell fish from that point. Yeah, it is. And in the meanwhile, you always have your normal job to keep up financially. Oh, cool, prodigal. Who's the one that puts up your tree, prodigal? Is it your wife or you that does it? Yeah, exactly, Jeff. That's it. A lot of people do that here in Belgium too. You know, like they start up with their side business, and first they do it like on appointment in an extra way. Then they slowly make it like to a 40 60, like 40% the new stuff, 60% their old job, or 50-50, and then they make the step sometimes to full independent. But some people stay at the half mark, you know, because it's just a smarter plan to have like a financial income that you're sure of. Somebody, Glenn from GB Shrimp, he also did that process like that. Yeah, and happy birthday in advance, Prodigal. If I wouldn't see you tomorrow somewhere or bump into you, have a nice day tomorrow, man. I'm quickly gonna get some drink. I'll be right back. And I'm back, guys. Yeah, Daniel, those are orange sakura shrimp that are in there, together with the white clouds, and then there's two autos in there, autosynclus. My dogs are coming to say hi. So tell me a little bit, what do you guys tend to keep? Like, what's your favorite fish? Next thing I want to try out is the snow white or whatever, like those really white shrimp, you know? Are they called snow white? Was it that? Rob? Rob, what are the those really white shrimp called again? Because you know all those names. You know me, Rob. I mix them up. It's like when you told me there's no golden, I don't know what shrimp. No, there was no yellow bolt shrimp. That's it. It's blue bolt and golden something back. Damn it. I always forget it. Snowballs? Is it that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, then it's that. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, then it's the snowballs that I meant. Those are next on my wish and project list. Yeah, and the clear ones, those I knew that those are the ghost ones, but it's the snowballs I meant. Those are gonna go in that all black tank that I've got. That's a good question, Daniel. I think that Rob will know the answer to that. Hi, Paul. I didn't see you sneaking in there. Sorry, dude. Thank you for joining us, Paul. How are you doing? Well, to Daniel's question, Rob, what color are white snowballs gotten from? Like yellow ones or red ones, or I don't know, maybe yellow? Mm, that's a Robbie question. Ooh, you had it for dinner? Like with white, do you mean like the regular non-colored ones, Rob? You're welcome, Mark. Paul, sorry. Like that, you know the shtick. Like that, you can click on the other people's names. And from where how do they create like out of what did they create the white ones? Out of yellow ones? Red ones? I don't know. Let's interweb it. They're selectively bred from the wild strain, straight out of that. And they're also called the wild pearl, apparently. And yeah, like Rob said, because the eggs are white, it's been yeah. Usually when when people have shrimp questions, I always direct them to Rob because know Rob will know the answers 9 out of 10. I think that is a separate color morph. Like all of a sudden, sometimes you get really ish. They start throwing that ones as fry. But yet again, Rob is our man. I should get you here on the live with me, Rob. Like that, you can answer everything for Rob. Good evening, Hobby. How are you doing? Happy to see you here. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. That's true, Rob. There's always something new to learn. Some fish we didn't, something we didn't know about. Oh, that's annoying. Don't make yourself too nervous about it. The only ones in your tank that really need the light to say so are your plants. But your plants are able to take 2-3 days without light easily. So if you get the chance, go to the pet shop tomorrow. Otherwise, Amazon with a fast delivery. I hope it wasn't an expensive one, Hobby. A couple of months ago, my dumbass, I wasn't thinking clear, and I just put my arm between the lights of my big 120 gallon and the side, and because of the pressure with my arm, it cracked the other tube of the glass, man. I was so pissed at myself. There is Rob with the answer. Really comes naturally from colored neocaridina. They were once classed as cull shrimp, then someone took really to the side and reproduced them. Yeah, I get what you mean. It was also a lead bar that I broke. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I can imagine, man, it's never fun when when a light breaks down. And a couple of weeks ago, my turtle lamp also died on me, so I needed to go get a new one. That was also 70 euros. Yay. But okay, those lamps can take 2 years easily, with day in day out 12 a cycle of 12 hours. So yeah, that's always interesting, Daniel. The only thing that you need to do then in that case is like take out your the really the ones that are way clear, or or wildish like brown. That's how I do it too, because I think I've got some variations there, but I would need Rob's eyes to tell me what is what. The most that I see from really ish and variation is in my oranges in that tank that we're looking at right now. Those have some special weird ones. Yeah, man, it is. Most of us overspend on lights, but it depends if like what kind of plants for me personally that I keep in it. If it's a planted tank or not. If it's a not non-planted tank, I will go for cheap lights. If I got plants in it, those will usually have a pretty decent light on it. Although I got one tank with a cheap light on it, but with easy plants in it also. So, but I must say, if you take like a really cheap Amazon type of lamp, a knockoff, and if I put it into perspective with the Chirios ones, even like the like the entry level ones, you really see a big difference in plant growth. I mean, with that. You overspend on everything, but you love it. I get what you mean, Rob. I get what you mean. Ah, man. Yeah. But still, 100 pounds for a lid and a light set? That's even decent. But yeah, it depends how big your light is, of course. Because if a light breaks on mine here, it costs about 70 euros, something like that, on my 120. It's not cheap. Yeah, Chihiro's is really a good and representable brand. But I also use what's their name again? I always forget the name of the other brand that I've got. Hi, up. Twin Star, that's it. I also have a Twin Star light, and that one is also really good. I'm really happy about that one too. But Chihiro's has more options, like size wise and in models and stuff. That's true, man. It could be done in a pub pissing it down a toilet. That's what I also say to myself. Ooh, that Fluval light, man. Yeah, I've been looking at that one too. Your oldest is over 2 years and no signs of stopping. Went cheap on everything else, yeah. But that Fluval light is also quite the work. It's also a very, very good lamp from everything that I heard about it. But it ain't cheap neither, man. See you later, Christine. And thank you very much for having hung out with us. It's always nice to have you on the stream. Bye bye. Hi, why? Yeah, I do have an accent. I'm from Belgium. Yeah, Sun, do they do good lights? I never use those. Belgium is my nationality, and the language is the one of the languages we speak, or the variation. So we speak Dutch, but Flemish is a local variation of Dutch. So in Belgium, there's no Belgium like the language. Like Americans do not have American as a language. You know what I mean? Yes, exactly what Rob said. It's a blemished Dutch, and more French words are incorporated to it. Our pronunciation is a little bit different. It's a little bit like the difference between American English and English from the UK. You see what I mean? Like we all speak the same thing, but it has variations. Oh, the flu files are app control too. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I've got that app control on my expensive Shihiro's one in the living room too. It's fun, but for me, it's not really a necessity. I really still am an old fan of still turning it on with a simple on and off button. And I really like the fact if I have, like, if I can dim them. Like, if you can control the intensity. But that's about it. Like, if it can do that, I'm pretty happy with it. Because I have, like, the higher ones that you can also program, but ah, up. Or you guys speak American? Ai, up. Not bad. Not bad to sige. Up. Ja, van hetzelfde. Schat, roep die honden een keer.
Max, blijf, kom hier.
Ai, up. Ai, no. Yeah, the higher lighting is pretty okay. It's not as intense as like the more expensive brands, because I literally have them set up next to each other and you really see a difference. Like the higher one is a little bit more whitish in color too, and the expensive ones are a little bit more yellowish to it. Like very small difference, but you can't see it. The thing is, it's just annoying if you have a higher one with those settings for the day and the night loop. I don't like that too much. I just like to put it on, to turn it on, turn it off easily. Let's see if I have Glorium available in my area. Never heard about that brand, Jeff. I will have to look it up. You still find yourself turning lights by hand too. The flue fall lights can be turned on to a huge amount of colors and dim them brightly. Yeah. Yep, that's true. Yeah, that's the same for my fancy Chihiro's one, Daniel. It goes exactly the same way. You can play like with all the intensities and stuff. Yeah, look at Scooby Doo. Well, they Scooby Dooed out of the room. I threw them out. Yeah, I'm not astonished by that, Rob. That it's an American brand because I've never heard about it neither. Glorium. It's a strange name to pronounce. Glorium. Glorium. Yeah, it is unfortunate and it's also annoying sometimes because somebody is really happy about some product. You're really wanting to try it out, but you can't find it locally. Or if you can find it, it would cost you like 3 to 4 times as much due to the shipping and stuff, and the import taxes and extras and especially for medication or something. If you look for something specific like that, it can be a pain in the ass. The Shearer's lights will be your next pick. If you were building up my fish room, I would definitely go for cheaper lighting. But that's for show deserve, yeah, at least have decent light. Exactly. I'm exactly what uh yeah on the same page with you there, Daniel. Like for a big fish room like Jeff Gain has, or even like Rob has, I would go for something cheaper instead of having like very expensive ones. It always looks better, but still, you know. But yeah, I have, and that's the same what I do. My not show off, thanks to say so, are rather cheap lighted. But especially for me, it depends on if there's plants in it or not. If there's no plants in it, I will go a little bit cheaper because nothing needs the expensive lighting. But if I need some good plant growth, then I will go for a better option. I've got a lot of the Chihiro's A series. I've got one, two, three of those, and then I got the double WRGB slimline thing, the black one, like with the high pause with the high stance. Yeah, it is, Rob. Same thing for us, man. If I want something American, I'm really gonna have. Always expect that it's gonna cost me a buttload. Like I really wanted a couple of stuff from the states, and I really needed to take the import taxes in consideration because I ordered my the true nano filters that I have. They come from the states too. Yeah, same like that, Daniel. Acrion, for an example, is a brand that you hardly see here in Belgium. Hardly. If I see it, it's usually more eBay or Amazon, which is more international. But like to see it in a store or something is weird. It should be available overseas. Aquarium Adventures did a review on it. Yeah, it's worth checking it out. But it's a brand that I've never encountered, you know. Do you guys have superfish in the states? All your tanks are Aquion. Solid rectangle tanks. Our biggest is a 40-gallon breeder. Super popular in the US. Yeah, it is, because I hear that name a lot. Like, especially for tanks and filtration material, I hear Aquion a lot. We have a big importer here in Europe, and it's called HS Aqua. And they're about the same thing as Aquion would be for you guys. Like, it's not the fanciest brand, but they have solid, sturdy stuff, you know. Like, if you need a cheap little breeder tank, HS Aqua is the way to go. They're a big importer. Oh, and another American brand that I use is UNS for my tank. I have a UNS tank, and that's a really nice little tank too. It's it's a little 2-footer, 6-gallon one. I like their stuff from UNS. I can have it here too, but it's quite expensive. Superfish can be ordered in the US, but never seen in shops around where I live in Michigan. Fluval tanks are really popular where I'm at, and UNS is great too. Yeah, Fluval is also a brand like that. Here in Western Europe, they're pretty difficult to find. If I find Fluval stuff, I need to order it online, or like maybe one local web shop or something will have them. But Fluval is different. Is quite difficult to find. They haven't got a solid foothold yet in Europe. And Superfish is a brand like a cheaper brand that I use a lot. They're Dutch. I use them their little pumps and heaters a lot on my small nano tanks. And their stuff does a pretty good job too. Of course, it's not the quality of a higher brand, but you know, for the price that it is, it's pretty solid stuff. Volflex tanks are really solid. You go up to 36 gallons. A little pricey, but really sexy for any escape. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've seen those Flue Volflexes too. Every now and then you can see them at a store here or online. And I know one shop that sells the Fluvol lights too. Yeah, Topfin is one of those US cheap brands that sucks but works. Yeah, I know exactly what you see. What you mean. Oh, you're harvesting brine, Rob. Make sure not to get a mouthful. Ooh, a 15 for your daughter's room. You're waiting for the budget to allow it. What would you put into it then? Yeah, it is, man. Those little tanks don't come cheap, man. I've seen them too, and I was also astonished by the price. But these days, almost like any brand that is a little bit like top brandish, and that comes like in a set with a cabinet and everything. My my God, the prices that they're asking for that. It's really mind-boggling. Yeah, exactly. 400, but everything is into it. Yeah. Yeah, and if you do the count, if you buy everything separate, it's sort of or less the same price. Especially if you want a stand that is a little bit stylish, like something nice to look at. Yep, exactly that, Daniel. Like everything that you need: lights, filter, nice flex view panel, solid stand with the room for everything, but stupid pricey. Exactly. Exactly that, man. Like the same here, sometimes I see this sweet setup, I'm like, ooh, what's the price for something like that? And then they go 800 euros. Like, for real, dude? And it's like, what would it be? 40 gallon, maybe 50, 55, something like that. With a stand and everything, 6 to 800 euros. Holy crap, man. In the end, it's just a damn tank and a cabinet. It's not like it's made out of gold. Ah, sanitizing the nets. How do you sanitize your nets, Rob? What do you use? Like clear water? Do you add something? Yeah, that's right, man. If it's for the kids, yeah. I'm always gonna spend that extra buck to make sure they got the good stuff. Really? A 55 gallon Acreon for 160? Damn, that's a price that you don't see here, man. I'm jealous. Really? 160? That's a sweet deal. Yeah, bear tank. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for 55, I would easily pay that for. 160. Gaat dat zijn? Here you would only get like a 30 gallon for something like that, for that price. Yeah, and eventually, yeah, if you just have a bare tank and you can't the filter next to it and the heater and then the lighting and then your stand, it will be around $400 too. Baby bottle solution, and then you did them in hydrogen peroxide or steam clean them. Hmm, that's interesting. Thanks, Rob. Baby bottle solution. I've got two daughters, and I never knew there was baby bottle solution. Hey, Joy. Nice to see you, man. How have you been doing? You've got two daughters too. Awesome. Aren't we all blessed? Imagine Rob steam cleaning it like with the heating iron, with the steam function. Yeah, to sanitize baby bottles. That's what I expected, but I always did it like in the dishwasher and stuff, and like first by hand, with those little special twisty brushes you've got. Oh, that's nice to hear, Joy. So, how much longer do you have to go before it's 7:39 New York time? So, what is that? Right about done, or still an hour to go? The price on a 55 gallon Aqueon, 179, just a tank. Yeah, yeah, Daniel. If you want that steam, I would ask your wife's heating iron. There you go. Sometimes, as a fish keeper, you do weird stuff for people that are not fish keepers. Like I have people going to the bathroom here, and then they go, "Hey, is that normal that there's like a huge chunk of wood in your bathtub?" Yes, it is. One day I was cleaning out my turtle tank, but giving it a real big clean, and I took my turtles out and I put them just for the moment being in the bathtub. And there was a guy doing work here. I think he was an electrician or something. And he goes to the toilet. He comes back and he's like, "There are three turtles in your bathtub." I said, "That's normal. Don't worry about it." Like he was really like astonished. Like, what the hell did I just see? Three turtles in that dude's bathtub. Yeah, prices do really have gone up. Here's your iron. Have a happy holiday. Have a happy Christmas. Hello, Canada. Those are White Cloud Mountain minnows, but fat ones. For all the new people in the chat, don't forget to give me a like or subscribe to my channel. It always helps me out a lot, especially for a little channel like mine. That little click for you means a lot to me. Thank you, Joy. That's nice of you. But yeah, like everybody notices, they're a little bit on the chunky side. So these guys are actually on a diet. But they've been on a diet for the last few days. The thing is, they found out that when I feed the shrimp or the other cichlids in there, that they can also nibble at that food. So those butt munches eat twice as much as they should. So how are all of you guys doing? I hope that everybody is having a lovely day or afternoon, morning. I'm still planning after my life to clean out some filters again, just to make sure everything runs nicely. Ah, there's a little auto. Ooh, Daniel drinking wine. Nice. That's a sweet life, man. Having a wine, watching your kids and the fish. Enjoy your evening, man. Well, it's gonna be a marvelous little short that you made there, Sarah. It's gonna be crème de la crème. Are you guys wine lovers? Wine fans? Hey, Koi Pit. Nice to see you again, buddy. Welcome to the Merry Bunch. How have you been doing? Quite a few things have happened. We've discussed fat fish. We've also been able to motivate Sarah to put up our Christmas tree and to make an entire short out of it. It has been a productive day. Yeah, we're all very patiently waiting and excitedly waiting for Sarah's Christmas tree setup. It's gonna go viral, I tell you. Ooh, very much a wide lover. Yeah, you can order to ream on the viral. Don't worry, one day we'll make it. And now I'm looking at my snake head that didn't find any better as usual. Like I have this tree branch and it's filled with big bushes of Bucephalandra, and he's lying right on top of a bush of Bucephalandra. Like really, you have this 350 liter, 90 US gallon tank, and the only spot you could find is on the goddamn Bucephalandra. God damn it! Hallo de koi. Yeah, it's you I'm talking about. Get off of the booze. Thank you. Oh, before I forget, let's add koi pit to the merry bunch. Here we go. Bam. Got you. It's like Pokemon. I catch them all. Oh, you're partial to Chateauneuf du Pape. Yeah, you go for the cheap stuff. It is. Yeah. If you would offer me Chateauneuf du Pape or fish, I go for the fish. Any of us would probably. It depends on the fish. So yeah, for that all black tag that I've got set up, I'm thinking of some Medaka rice fish. I'm gonna add a Snow White's bristle nose, like the really white ones, and then some snowballs shrimp. Like keep it all white animals, you know. But nothing see-through or translucent. I don't like that. I'm not into those. When a fish is like white, I like it, you know. But I'm not into translucent stuff. And sometimes, like if you get albino stuff, they look like a swimming male part. It's not a bowl. It's a different shape than a bowl. It's a conical shape, like with a leaf, a tobacco. I just noticed that one of the filters in my tanks isn't running anymore. So after the stream, I will have a look at that. Because otherwise, my neurotic brain wouldn't, wouldn't give the rest. Thank God it's band packed of plants that it doesn't affect the fish. Those good old days, prodigal. Were you also a member of the club once? Hey, Fishroom. Good afternoon, buddy. Nice to see you again, too, man. How have you been doing? It's nice to see everybody pop in tonight. Your arrest record showed you were. Then you're a solid member, man. You had the official member card and everything. You have it on file. How's it going in New Zealand, Cam? Are you having a good summer? Very, very hot. Uh, oh man, how I wish I could trade with you right now. Even our last summer here was very lousy. Was a bad one. You know what? It's summer and you still need to wear a sweatshirt and long trousers and sometimes even a raincoat. You know you're having a bad summer. Yeah, winter is the worst. It is. I'm not made for European winters. Yet I live here. But if I could, I would definitely move to the south of Europe, like to the Mediterranean area. Yeah, I'm really not made for winter weather. I get sick easily, you know. I don't like. I like snow aesthetically. You know what I mean? It looks great on TV or in a picture or like out of the window, but not to go like muck around in it. Ugh. I never went skiing neither. I never went snowboarding, and I will never go to any snow holiday. You know, no, no, no. I just nope. Yeah, you see that stuff, dude. Yeah, a damn blizzard going on in western North Michigan right now, going to dropping 10 inches of snow. Oh, fun. Ugh, ugh. Oh, I would. No, no. Oh, I would just wouldn't come out anymore for in the next coming 3 months until all that damn snow is gone. Oh man. No, for somewhere I'm happy for that. Yeah, I live in a very wet climate, so we have a lot of rain and stuff like that. But if it snows, it's usually not a lot. It's just a couple of inches, and usually it's gone in the day or two, three. Yeah, you see, minus 29. That's not funny. That's really not funny. Bah! It's really weird also and amazing and astonishing that the US is so big that you guys have all those different climates. Really depending on where you are. It's the same for you guys in Australia and stuff. All-wheel drive Buick is going to be put against working. Oh yeah, going with the Buick. Buick. That's also like one of back in the 60s and stuff. You had Buick here in Europe. Like in the little street straight in front of my grandparents' their place was this old guy, and he drove this old Buick, but really an old one. And it always sputtered and it gave like big black plumes of exhaust. He was really known like that dude with the Buick, like the Buick guy. You know? But this was back in the early 90s when I was a little kid. So that car was at least 30, 35 years old at that moment. You see what I mean? Oh, Buick guy. And I remember nobody wanted to stay like stuck behind the Buick man because you would get smoked out that uh, yeah, Buick guy. I can still show you the house where he lived. Yeah, you guys really need snow tires and stuff, in that sort of climate. Our car has the Pirelli tires that are specifically for wet conditions. So it's a four-season tire, but it's more designed for wet climates. So I went specifically for that one since it is wet. You live very close to Canada and have never visited there, but I've been in 1515 Fahrenheit in Florida. If you want more, you go south. It is an O2 Buick Regal stock supercharger. Awesome. Hey, Mousy, nice to see you. Welcome to the Merry Bunch. How have you been doing? Yeah, usually I pop up here and there. It's not that I have a fixed schedule when I stream. I usually need to be a little bit into the mood also. Sometimes I'm not really feeling it or something. So, thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Yeah, it's a little jungle style tank. It's one of the first setups I did. It was a little bit of trial and error. And yes, those are very fat little mountain minnows. They've been fat shamed for the entire evening now. But they're on a diet. They are on a diet. Rusted as hell, but smoked the most important cars at any point. Burgundy red. Awesome. Now that's a cool car. That's like a typical American car to have, something like that, you know? Stuff like that, you don't see that here. That's nice to hear. Thank you. We've been staring at it on my TV screen over an hour. Well, I'm happy that I can provide a nice image for you guys to look at, you know? That's what I always try to share, like, what do I see, you know? Like give you a little glimpse here and there of my little world. And here you go. We're gonna set you up with a wrench, Mousy. Hopla. Where I live, the lowest temperature was minus 30 Fahrenheit, and then the highest temp was 107. That's a big swing. That's really that's crazy. For us, it's more moderate than that. So winters are less harsh and summer temperatures are lower. If you don't put 2,000 miles on your vehicle, at least you're doing it wrong. Drive it till it stops. Yeah, that's true. Like my old Jeep Liberty, when she stops, says they can replace the engine. Yeah, that's also something you guys can do. That's something we cannot do here. Your engine, the number in your engine and the number of the vehicle need to match. You cannot swap engines here. That's highly illegal. If you would, you cannot. You can, but you cannot take it onto the road anymore. So it's private use on private land. Let's say like for a farmer or something, you know. But yeah, we cannot swap engines here. If an engine is done, you're pretty much done if they can't fix it up anymore. I'm in Belgium, Coipit. I wouldn't live that long. I have a 7-year-old car and it's got only 22k on the clock. Well, don't worry about that. We also live in smaller countries, so, you know, we do a lot of very short distances. Your 20-year-old Pontiac had 73k miles on it. That's not that much for 20 years. That's okay. You could expect a lot more. Yeah, that's what I said before. We have that strict emission rules these days that we cannot almost drive old cars like that. You know, we're almost like tied to having to buy a certain generation of engine. So if you want something older, you're gonna pay extra taxes every time that you come into a low emission zone, and that will come up very expensive if you need to drive around in Belgium. Otherwise, you always need to stay out of the big cities. So that's not really handy neither. Replace that Jeep with your 17 Buick Enclave. Didn't want to get rid of the 4x4 Jeep because it got around well in the winter. I can imagine. The new engine would have been $5,000. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, if it's not economically feasible anymore, it's a real shame, but you have to let a car go. Me and my ex-wife, we used to have an Alfa Romeo 156, the sport wagon. It was an awesome car, but it had a lot of electrical failures. So in the end, I just had to let it go because otherwise it was gonna start to become a money pit, and that was not something, yeah, we could afford. You know, we needed a reliable daily driver. So yeah, but I still miss that car. It was an awesome car. Yeah, well, the sometimes it's more about also Mousy. It's more about how you take care of your car. You know, at 100 plus k, I would give it like a good solid rehaul, like an overview if everything is still okay. Change every fluid and stuff that has to be done, and then your car, if you maintain it well, will take a lot of miles like that easily. But if you treat it like an old piece of junk or something, then it will very easily become an old piece of junk. Oh yeah, I can imagine, dude. An old Saab. Mm. Yes, yes, indeed, sir. Yeah, that's also a shame. It costs us about $15 to drive a car into central London, regardless of the emissions, unless you have EV. Yeah, here it is. On the diesel tax also, but it's for the if you're less anything less than a Euro 6B. So that means that or Euro 6. So if you have Euro 3, 4, 5, anything else than that, you're gonna get a fine, or else you need to pay for a day pass or something, if I'm not wrong. But I don't know it because I always make sure that we have the latest generation that is allowed, so that we can have the longest profit out of the car. So we've got a generation 6B engine now. So which is good to 2030, if I'm not wrong. $3 a gallon where you are at. Well, we count in liters, so a gallon is about 4 liters. So for us, it's 133, 134, something like that for 1 liter. So well, for us, um, it would be about $4 or $5 a gallon. Just a second. For us, it's about 568 a gallon. Yeah, it is, man. I really suck at mathematics. Sorry for that. Yeah, 560. Yeah, for a gallon. Have a good night, Prodigal. It was nice having you on, man. Yeah, it is, man. For you, it's a really decent price. What are the prices in Australia, Mark? I like that remark from the shoes and 264. Wow. Yeah, for an example, those big engines that you guys have, like those big V8s and even still a V6, would cost you also a buttload in taxes here, because here you get taxed on the size of your engine. 169 a liter. Ooh, that's even worse than us, man. That's expensive too. That's like 30 cents difference with us. Even 35 cents almost. For us, it's 133, 135, something like that. What is a Uber? Is that a yuppie? No, koi pit. Those are yearly taxes that you pay on your vehicle. You also pay taxes on your vehicle when you buy it, but then you need to like uh, like subscribe your vehicle into the DMV. See what I mean? And then you're gonna pay taxes on it again, and then those taxes come back every year, and those taxes get calculated on the size of the engine itself, and on so on the displacement, and also on the emissions. Oh yeah, like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Australian dollar. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's less than us. Poor Daniel getting trouble. Well, if Sasquatch calls you a troll, don't worry about it. Oh no, Koi Pit. Here in Belgium, for an example, and in the Netherlands, and then in Germany, you pay your taxes every year, buddy, on your vehicle. Oh yes. Oh, and don't forget that you need to do a yearly MOT too, if your vehicle has a certain age. So if you don't have that MOT, it's not gonna get on the road. And that's why having a really big engine like a V8 engine or a sports car or whatever is really something if you have more than enough money to spend. So most of us here that only need an A to B little vehicle that will do small little distances, we don't tend to spend a lot of money on big ass cars. The most big cars that you're gonna see, like BMWs, Mercedes, or big SUVs, they're mostly owned by businesses. So that means that those actually are work cars, you see. But when people have to go for a personal car, they will rather go for something small, nimble, and that is way cheaper in taxes. Yeah, €1 is 165. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good price you have then, Mark. You live right on the shore of Lake Michigan. Oh wow, that must be a nice view you have then, Daniel. It's all woods and country. It sounds like a lot of wind, cold, and snow. Yes, Coipit, they also need to adhere to that. But they have special other taxes because they're from a business, you know? So, like, they pay for fleets and stuff. Oh, yeah, for you people that are on TikTok, Rob just shared his channel there. Make sure you give him a tick. All you've ever owned was big vehicles. Had an old 94 Dodge truck, a hauled ass, rusted to hell. V8 and 4x4. Yeah, but it's also, yeah, if you see the difference where I live, we all here it's all very narrow, twisty little streets. So a big old American truck here is oversized for our streets. You will have a lot of trouble when you have to park it. Just like also if you have to cross somebody in the street, you will always have to put yourself on the side of the road. And like most, if you see trucks here, yeah, again, they're company owned by guys that have like construction businesses or something, you know, or farmers that have horses and stuff. But if you see pickup trucks, it's the small pickup trucks that you guys talk about, like the Ford Ranger and stuff. If you take the real American ones, they don't sell those models here, so your car would also be imported from the United States. You've got a few people that do that, especially with the Dodges, Dodge Magnums, for an example. They don't sell them here, so every Dodge Magnum that you see here is imported. Or a lot of them, to avoid the taxes on the big engine, they're gonna put it onto LPG, which is like wussing out in my eyes. You know, you wanted a big car, you wanted a big displacement, but now you're running it on LPG. Really? Exactly, Mark. Exactly. You've that been here. Exactly. You know what I mean, man. It's a pain in the ass, man. Because every now and then you see some dumbass like that, and they just take up a lot of space, and you see them like looking to maneuver everywhere they need to have to go. You know, it's just you you just see like the proportions of the car and the street, and you just see by itself like this is gonna fail. Where you live in Salt Lake, all the roads are built to be able to turn by a horse-drawn carriage. Well, exactly, Koi. Here in my village, there are legal streets here where a normal passenger car will narrowly pass, like with just a few inches on the sides, and it's back from the day when it was all horse-drawn carriages. So, and now they're still official streets. It's quite funny to see. Because then you see people with big SUVs and stuff. They can go through through some of those streets. It's funny to see also to see them like maneuver through it and stuff. That's exactly why I said it doesn't work. European country would be funny in a huge American truck. We call it two tracking. Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing here, you know. But the thing is, according also to our driving laws, yeah, if you're so wide, you need to let the other one go because you're making an obstruction. Hey, Big Dread, nice to see you, man. Oh, thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Yeah, and even like if you have like a typical standard American car, like the proportions, it's too they're too wide to drive on our roads. Like if you take a Cadillac or something for an example, it just becomes a very clumsy thing again. Ah, you are back again, Rob. Willkommen. Driving off a mountain doesn't sound fun. No, it really isn't. Oh, thank you very much. But those aren't guppies. Those are white cloud mountain minnows. Those are Chinese fish. They prefer a colder temperatures. It is, Mark. It is. It actually is. Yeah, you'd be visiting people. Yeah, and also if you see the ride height from an American like pickup truck, it's way too high for here. You know, you can't see jack shit with all the little poles and stuff around you. You're definitely gonna hit something. Oh, that's why, Rob. I thought the same thing before because you made a comment and I was like, isn't that something we were talking about before? It only took you about an hour to find it out. Like, god damn it. I meant like where all was the roads were planned wide enough. Oh, to do a U-turn with a carriage pulled by four horses. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine by that. Oh no, here I'm talking about a real little, uh, not like the fancy carriages, you know, for the rich, but the hand drawn and the horse pulled little carts, you know. Yeah, we'll definitely see you later, Sarah. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. It was fun having you around. YouTube had you by the balls, man. Poor Rob. Don't worry, I've had that too. Because I'm looking at the chat sometimes, and then I'm listening to what they're saying. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I notice that I'm a couple of minutes behind. Let's see. Roll call. Who's still here? Ah, cool. Ooh, even Jeff K. Okay, Mark, then I won't count you in. No problem, man. People, Mark is not here. So Mark, hasn't the Australian Railways gone to crap yet without you? Oh, if I would have known, have a late, have a nice meal, man. What did you have, Jeff? You Americans always have like very interesting things to eat. It's funny how you guys say that European food is like really plain, but we always say that American food is too much different tastes mixed together. It's like looking at the half glass and saying it's half full or half empty. It depends on how you look at it. Chicken stuffing and corn. Awesome. You're a plain person too, Jeff? They treat you as a number? Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes, like, if we see like American stuff on TV, they're especially gonna show us like the shocking stuff. Like, there was this guy going around doing eating challenges. Andrew, it was Man versus Food. That was it. And some of the things he ate was like to a European. Sorry that I'm gonna be rude for some people, but plain disgusting. Like a sorry glazed donut with all kinds of stuff in between of it, it was a hamburger or something, like weird combinations that we would never do here. That we really say like, oh my god, no. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, retire when you come back. Well, Mark, you've worked more than enough to earn that retirement, man. Really, we've talked enough that I know that you're a hard worker, man. You've been working since you were like 7. Your money rainbow fish thinks it's people. You're going to be in France and Denmark next summer. Oh yeah, you're gonna have a hoot look at seeing all the them our tiny, windy, spindly little streets, man. You're gonna love it. If you would pass through Belgium, let me know. Then we can go for a beer or a coffee, whatever you prefer. And why specifically France and Denmark? Like Denmark is yeah, it's not where most people will go to. Hey Mike, how are you doing, man? How is live in Austin treating you? And welcome. It's nice to see you again. Ah, yeah, those fat things there, the Barf Burger 3000. Yeah, like stuff like that. And if you ask the general like European, they're gonna think because of TV shows like that's everything you guys eat. Like if you ask a European about American food, they will say it's unhealthy. Well, not everything. You just need. It's like just like in Europe, you need to check what you eat. But still, yeah, it's crazy. It's like I said, it's how you look at it. Ooh, your friend is getting married in the French countryside. His mom is French, and the wedding is so that part of his family can be part of the wedding. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. My ex was also had a lot of friends living abroad and that were from other countries, and a lot of them were also in like yeah, relationships where is from one country and one is from another, and I heard that a lot, like they're doing the half thing. Most things are GMO here, so they're not really wrong. Yeah, I think even those GMO things that's forbidden in Europe, that they can, or that there's very strict laws to which they need to adhere. But yeah, yeah, some things, yeah, but like what I was saying, like we also have our fast food here, so they don't need to be too judgy here because that's how it should be. Yeah, we put corn syrup and everything to make up for the GMO. Yeah, it is. I've heard about that. Also, if you taste like European candy versus American candy, there is a difference in the amount of sugar into it. That is really clearly noticeable. Your friend Jay is in Denmark. We've become good online friends. He has been building his koi pond at the same time as me, so we bonded over that. I'm excited to see his pond in person. Yeah, that's cool. In Denmark. Don't forget your sweater, man. It's always cold in Denmark. American fast food is gross, but the local handmade cuisine is divine. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, do that. Yeah, that's a good advice that Mark is giving you. Hit the food markets in France. You're gonna love it. Also, don't be afraid to step into an artisanal like a butcher store or or a bakery for an example. A cheese shop, yeah. Yeah. If you can hold your nose, definitely try a cheese shop. It's fun. That is really my Achilles heel. Like strong smells. Like cheese shops, fish shops, uh, or putrid smells like garbage can or something. Holy shit! I really have like a natural gagging reflex when I just smell stuff like that, and I can't hold myself. I cannot do anything about it. The local brewery in my town is Igmoras and Dark Ale, and other really good beer and stouts. A lot of IPAs and other dark beer. Oh, that's nice. That's really cool. Yeah, that is something that we have a lot too. Breweries. One of their brown ales is called Horny Monk. That's a good one. Yeah, if we Belgians are good at something, it's making beer. Like every other village here has its own local beer, you know. And bigger villages or cities even have multiple beers that come from their area. Like in my hometown, there's a brewery, and it's been there since 1700s. 17, 70 and a bit. Yeah, beer and frites. It is French fries, frites, together with a steak. Oh, cool. Thanks for dropping the link, man. I will definitely check this stuff out. I was never fortunate enough to being able to keep koi myself, but I really love them. They're gorgeous. And I love the history behind it, all the different kinds, and yeah, it's really an interesting world on its own. It's like goldfish keeping, you know. It's pretty interesting too. I used to have a lot of goldfish back in the day. I started it out with goldfish and with cichlids, African cichlids. And when I met my ex the very first time, because it's through her that I rolled into fish keeping, she was keeping gouramis, all kinds of gouramis. A big food difference is also some what you guys call artisanal is a lot more common here still. Like a lot of things are still handmade and you know locally made, and there's a lot of attention for that lately. Last 15, 20 years. Oh, check that out. American domestic beer is okay, but the microbreweries that what to go to are what to go to. I want to try that 300-year-old beer. That much is that old in America, unless you want to look into Native American history. Yeah, yeah. I thought some of you would get a kick out of that. And we've got beers that are even older. One of our oldest ones is a pretty simple one. It's Stella Artois, the one that Rob talks about a lot of times. Stella Artois is from the 1300s. That's one of the oldest beers in Belgium that has continuously, um, yeah, that is still around. But yeah, I would find it nice to be able to let you taste it, you know. And the cool thing is, they still use the same traditional way to make the beer as back then. That beer from my hometown gets ripe, so it matures on oak in oak barrels. favorite gin is Tanqueray. It's really old, coming out of the UK. We have it on the whiskey in the US. But you Europeans lay us in vodka and gin and other clear spirits. Yeah, yeah, that's true, man. Some areas here are really known for vodka, gin, stuff like that. We also have a spirit like that. It's called Geneva. It's called Geneva is made from juniper berries. The Chef John meatball recipe. Awesome. Yeah, it's more an American thing to have more like whiskeys and stuff and malt liquor. That's because you guys have a lot of influence from the English and the Scots and the Irish. Like whiskey is something that you wouldn't have traditionally here. We make other spirits. Tennessee moonshine, gasoline and liquor form. I can imagine, man. I've also drank some of those very strong spirits, and some of them are that strong that you hardly taste anything, and you're just hoping that you wouldn't go blind. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. It does burn. Also, when it goes down to through your esophagus, it just burns on the inside. Your favorite vodka in Utah is called Five Wives. Look up the label. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's a nice bottle. I think they have that on the shelf at the local stores. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and it's a pretty good looking bottle too. I always like the designs of wine bottles or vodka bottles or whatever. Vodka or orange juice, is it that a screwdriver? Oh, I have to look close. Yeah, they're pulling up their skirt a little bit. Or am I missing another thing? Am I missing another thing, Koi Pit? Because the only thing I can see is like five girls that pull up their skirt a little bit. Oh, you see? It's a screwdriver if you do it right. Oh, yeah. The only pop-off I have known it was a famous clown. I went to see him when I was a small little kid with my mom. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, yeah. I was wondering what those things were. Yeah, now I get it. Now I get the meaning. I was wondering what it was. I thought it was a little purse or something they were holding. The image was too small. That's funny that they've got a hidden joke in it like that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head off. It was really nice having you all here and seeing you all, having a chat with you all. It's really you guys that are my motivation to keep on doing this. And if you haven't yet, make sure to check out my channel. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a like here and there. It does wonders to my little channel. Uh, have a good night, everybody. And it was yeah. I'll probably see you somewhere in another chat. Daniel, thanks for hanging out, man. Koi Pit, Mike, I really appreciate you guys spending time with me. See you later, honey. I'm gonna clean everything up here, and I'm gonna come join you in the living room. So, bye, guys. See you later, dudes.